Joining us on the Inland Sports Show, he is the head coach for the Ramona Rams girls basketball team as the playoff run continues for Brandon Fletcher and Ram High. First off, Coach Fletcher, congrats on getting that first round win. I wasn't there. I'm assuming it wasn't pretty because it was 29-23, but you got the win and you moved on, and that's all that matters, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we play a brand of basketball that just wants to grind people out, man. We don't need to win pretty. We just need to win, and that's just what we're focused on, is just getting the job done, however it has to be done. And that's just kind of the way that we play since I've been here. And you've seen enough of our games, and you know a little bit about us. So that's how we play, and I don't mind that one bit. I love grinded out, rock fight type of games, and I actually feel more comfortable in that element than anything else. So it was a battle. It was just kind of a weird atmosphere traveling to this little small school in Victorville and having to play early on a Friday when it should have been Saturday later. It was set up for something like that. Both teams just played really, really hard. Both teams wanted to win the game, and we were fortunate enough to make enough plays down the stretch to come out on top.
Well, Coach, I mean, you can look at this game and you can think, okay, we only scored 29 points, but in the big scheme of things, you guys did hold the other team to just 23. So when you look at a game like this, you just try to find those positives like that. Like you said, it was a good win.
We look at what we were trying to do game plan wise. We got a lot of good shots. We missed a lot of shots. We turned the ball over more than we wanted to. But what we tried to do to them, we were able to execute defensively. We wanted to hold them on the perimeter. We didn't want to give them a second chance. We did that. And those are the types of things that when you're trying to win playoff games, really executing defensively is where you really need to be perfect. And we were able to play a good defensive game plan. We got some contributions from a lot of different people in the fourth quarter that got an opportunity to step up and play. And so I was fairly pleased with what we were trying to do defensively. We executed that part well. Offense has been a struggle for us all year, and that's just something that when we look at whenever our offseason starts, hopefully later than sooner, that we're going to address and we're going to get better at. But I mean, I really like how defensively we were able to hold them to the shots we wanted them to take.
Well, Coach, it doesn't matter the sport. I always feel like defense wins championships. So, if you had to pick one or the other, would you go with defense over offense?
Oh, 100%. I mean, that's what I've always preached since I've been here at Ramona. And that's what I grew up with. And you got to be able to defend and rebound to keep you in games, and you just play good enough offense to win the game. Especially in the playoffs, it doesn't matter if you win by 2 or 200. You just got to have more points than the other team. So if the other team scores 23, you only need 24 points to move on. And at this stage of the game, it's survive and advance. So you get those 24 points and you thank the good Lord and count your blessings, and you move on to the next game.
And is that kind of the message to the girls? Like, hey, listen, girls, it doesn't matter if we score 100 or we score 29. A win's a win. Find a way.
We find a way to win. We find a way to make something out of nothing. And we've been that kind of team this year too. We played a lot of games like that, and we've had to kind of figure out how to get things done at the end. And things don't go our way. Things are they're disjointed and sloppy, but you still have to go win a game. And we've been able to figure out how to win those types of games. We're like, yeah, we probably should beat this team by 30 points, but we're up 5 with 2 minutes to go. You still got to stay composed and figure out how to win.
Coach, did you have some of those games during the regular season that you can kind of maybe fall back on and be like, hey, guys, we've been here before. We know how to figure this out. It might not be pretty. The baskets might not be falling, but we've been here before, and we got the job done. So have you had those experiences during the regular season so that now that you're in the playoffs, you feel confident about it?
I think every one of our wins was like that, except for maybe like 2. Our first win against El Monte, it was 34-31 or something like that, and we had to figure it out late. And all of our league wins were like that, where it was close late and we had to figure it out at the end. That last game versus Arlington, where we had to win that game to get in. That's the type of game that it was, where late in the game we had to buckle down and dig deep, and the distance between us and them late in the game to figure it out. And then they made a little run, and then we had to buckle down again to get a couple stops and end the game and make a couple free throws late. So yeah, we've had these types of games all year, and this is how we won games. So we're a little comfortable in that area.
Do you feel like for your team, for Ramona, that the playoffs had already started, like at the end of the regular season, like you said, to get a couple wins down the stretch and make sure you get into the postseason?
Yeah, the league felt like a playoff game the whole time. We talked about it's 6 and get in. If you get 6 wins in our 16 league, you're pretty much guaranteed a spot. We got the first couple right away, and then we dropped a couple, and then all of a sudden, we're looking at, all right, we got to win these games. It felt like a playoff game almost every night. So I don't think the atmosphere and the stakes of the game, kind of the pressure of it, doesn't necessarily phase us if we weren't tested like that. So it serves us well for times like these. I try to prep us for moments like that throughout the entire year. So we're not overwhelmed with the magnitude of the moment that we're in. We can stay in the moment and just focus on trying to execute the best we can.
Yeah, it certainly sounds like you guys are battle tested. Coach, last question before I let you go get back to practice. We're, full disclosure, we're pre-recording this interview because you guys are playing just about the same time as the Inland Sports Show airs. But I think I know the answer to this question. But what do you guys need to do to beat Pacifica Christian on Wednesday night and continue to advance?
We're playing a team that's absolutely outstanding. This is one of the best teams that I've seen in quite a while. I'm not talking just this year, but I'm talking about in 2 years. And for them to be in our division is kind of one of those things where we're running into a team that could legitimately be a high seed in Division 2 or Division 1. That's how good this team is. We have to play really, really well. Like we have to stick to our game plan. We have to execute defensively. We have to make some more shots. If we get good shots on offense, if we put them down and try to disrupt their flow, because they're a flow and timing and rhythm type of team, and we're going to try to disrupt them as much as possible. And if we can do that and kind of frustrate them with the flow, and we can chop it up a little bit and kind of make them take lower percentage shots and make their offense a lower percentage offense, then we got a shot to win on Wednesday, and that's what we're going to try.
Chop it up, make it dirty, grind it out.
Yep.
Right?
We're going to try to put them through a meat grinder and see what we can do.
That is awesome. Brandon Fletcher, head coach for the Ramona High School girls basketball team, joined us here on the Inland Sports Show. Coach, always appreciate the time. I know you're a big Sacramento Kings fan. I know we share that as well. Times have been hard, but at least you got the girls basketball team at Ram High because at least they're winning.
Hey, always. This is my 7th year here. We've been to the playoffs 4 times. We've won 11 playoff games. We're 4-0 in the first round. It's always, what we're doing here, and we're going to keep getting better. The years that are going to precede this are going to be even better. A lot of good things for Ram High coming up here. And yeah, it's been way too long that we've talked, so we got to do this more often.
We definitely do. That is Coach Fletcher for Ram High as they get ready for their second round game against Pacifica Christian here on the Inland Sports Show. Thanks so much for the time, Coach.
Thank you, sir.